third base if DJ LeMahieu is not ready for opening day. But before the game, Aaron Boone also mentioned Oswaldo Cabrera's name when talking about those potential fill-ins at third should LeMahieu not be ready. He's been really encouraged by the way Cabrera has been swinging the bat over the last week to 10 days or so, and he's never had the concern with the glove. So there's not much else to do other than see what that last week brings with DJ LeMahieu's progress, like we mentioned before.
Thank you, Justin. Taking a look at the swing again from Gleyber Torres, continuing his solid spring training.
Yeah, we see Gleyber staying back on this pitch, driving it into left field. He's had a strong spring training, and just to piggyback off what Justin said, Flash, Cabrera's on this team. Yeah. Cabrera's making this team. He's one of the 4 bench players. We know Trent Grisham will be as well, and then whoever you deem the backup catcher, Trevino or Wells. There's really a fight for that final roster spot from a bench perspective, from a position player perspective.
Well, we know this point in spring training, there's competition from within. Yankees have some competition at the back end of the rotation and in the bullpen. But if you're looking for guys on this roster who might win a job as a utility infielder type, Smith is in the mix. But we also know a lot of movement at this time at the end of spring training between clubs.
Yeah, if you look at the Yankees' history and Brian Cashman and his front office's history, last year they added Franchy Cordero late. They added Trevino late. 2 years before that, they've added Mike Tauchman. So when there are players available, they could be from outside the organization.
Hot shot down the line from Soto. Torres around second. He'll cruise into third. And a one-out double for Juan Soto as the Yankees set up to do some more damage here in second.
Flash, the at-bats are just so much fun to watch from a pure hitting perspective, and just how he makes pitchers throw strikes. And if you're not going to throw a strike, he's not going to swing. But if you do try and come in and challenge him, he's going to do that kind of damage.
So with one down, bring up Aaron Judge. Had a double to right center field and an RBI his first at bat. And a good situation right here for Aaron Judge. Second and third, less than 2 outs. Just get a ball in the air, center field, as the infield playing about halfway for the Pirates, trying to cut off that runner at the plate. Hasn't had a great spring training, but nobody's worried about that. It's just the health factor, getting ready for opening day.
I always remember Paul O'Neill saying he needed that final week. He wanted that final week to almost be a little mini regular season. Get those 4 at-bats per game and have that strong base going into opening day.
It is a tough time of the year, though, for hitters. Not for Aaron Judge, because he hasn't been in there for a few days, so you know that he's locked in mentally right here. That fastball just misses. But you kind of get to the dog days of spring training, Jack, where you're like, okay, I need to look forward to opening day. So it's interesting that Paul would say that, because mentally you got to lock it in so you know when opening day comes, you still have your good mechanics. 2-2 fouled off. Sanchez not able to hold on. It looked like it got a piece of him.
The athletic trainer is out to take a look at Sanchez. Judge, as you said, kept that at bat alive. Gonzalez trying to show the Pirates that he can be a stabilizing force in their rotation. They acquired him to be that veteran presence, to give them some innings. Right now, his battery mate trying to bounce back and show that he can stay in this game.
Take another look. And I always laugh, Jack, when the trainer comes out or the manager comes out, and I think everybody knows where this got Sanchez behind the plate. There's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can say. Just giving you a little bit of time to regroup and get back after it.
Well, you've been in his shin guards. You just have to weather it. You've been in that spot. I'm sure it's you appreciate that someone's asking you some questions, but as you said, time is the healer.
Had a great trainer in Tampa Bay. Ken Crenshaw came out there and said, Larry Rothschild told me to come out. And I said, well, Larry, and you can't do anything about this, so why don't you go back to the dugout? The 2-2 misses off the plate. Torres taking his lead off the third. Soto, whose lead off up second. The 3-2 to Judge, fouled off again. Fastball misses. A walk for Judge, and the bases are loaded for Giancarlo Stanton. Our Audi electric moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local tri-state Audi dealer today. A look back at that mammoth home run, Jim.
Yeah, first inning, he gets this changeup. He goes down and gets it, hits it high over the batter's eye, off the top of it. That was a 455-foot shot.
Fastball up and away for a strike. So now Stanton with a couple of home runs this spring, 4 RBIs, and the batting average up at 273. And I remember we talked at the beginning of spring training. This was a guy who needed to have a good spring from a confidence standpoint, and it's been getting better and better and better as the spring has moved on.
He's an X factor for that offense, no doubt about it. And the fact that he's seeing pitches from Gonzalez so well, obviously a positive. I think the fact that he came in leaner, saying, I want to get back to being a baseball player, running the bases, playing defense. Obviously, though, where he makes his money is doing what he did in the first inning.
Big swing and a miss. With that closed stance, maybe off the plate just a little bit more. Comes a 2-2. Hot shot, pulled foul.
Flash, one of the spring training games that I covered as the reporter, Stanton was hitting 6th. And I asked him about that because that's a foreign spot for him. And he had a great answer. He said, listen, that's a spot you can do some damage from. And he wasn't complaining about it. He knew that that's still a spot where he could produce.
Hot shot. Torres able to get out of the way. Buddy Kenny Singleton would say, look out.
He would. Look out.
2-2 from Gonzalez. Just misses off the plate in.
Yankees have had some really good takes against Gonzalez today, really making him work.
And 3-2. Hot shot and gone. Giancarlo Stanton having a night. Grand slam, second home run of the evening for Stanton. And the Yankees are pouring it on, 8-0.
Flash, you work the count into your favor by fouling off some pitches. You make the pitcher work. He eventually decides he's going to try and throw a cutter in. Stanton's not going to let him get it in. Stanton's going to do some serious damage, and Gonzalez is going to depart.
Derek Shelton out to make a pitching change, and we will be back.
At Care.com, you can find all the help you need. You can find babysitters, and you can find nannies. You can find dog walkers who'll step in as your best friend's new best friend, and housekeepers who can get your floors looking great, at least for a little bit. You can find companions and helpers and caregivers, but most importantly, you can find out what it's like to not have to do it all on your own. Find all the care you need at Care.com.
At Away, we know what real travel looks like. So when we make luggage, we think about how you actually get from place to place. How travel brings pit stops and welcome detours. How you deserve an easier, more flexible way to pack. Because when it comes to luggage, how you actually travel matters. Away, designed by travelers for travelers.
Boost your streaming experience with live stats on the Yes app. Real-time features like player stats, game leaders, and play-by-play are available now on phones, tablets, and now on connected TVs. Live stats while you stream, now on the Yes app.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man.
Giancarlo Stanton is having a night in Tampa, and it's only the second inning. Another look at this grand slam.
Yeah, cutter from Gonzalez. You could see his reaction. Everyone knew that that ball was leaving the ballpark. Flash, he went 455 to center for the two-run homer. Only 453 to left center on the grand slam. And you could see, by the way, Stanton was smiling in the dugout and celebrating that he was doing with his teammates. It's just a tremendous feeling to be able to do that kind of damage.
So that's 908 feet of home run tonight in Tampa, Florida.
That one high off the side of the scoreboard and the Pepsi sign. So
as Rizzo rolls over one to the right side, 2 down.
Flash, you and I have both watched a lot of batting practice. You've participated in a lot of batting practice, but those 2 home runs that Stanton hit, those are the kinds of home runs you see in batting practice. When guys are lining up and they know it's a 70-mile-per-hour fastball heading their way.
You know, and you could talk about spring training. You see the numbers for Ryder Ryan last year in AAA, and you know, sometimes the wind is gusting out. I talked about Bradenton, Florida, a great place to hit during spring training. Tonight at Steinbrenner Field, it is a calm night with the wind. So that was all Stanton, all his power, and he's heating up at the right time. The guy heating up at the right time, Anthony Volpe.
Aaron Boone said recently, if Stanton plays 130 injury-free games, he still thinks there's a big producer in there. And that's what the Yankees are hoping for from Stanton, stay on the field. 2021 isn't that long ago when he was a 35 and almost 100 guy that year.
I have to tell you this, Jack, there's a lot of pride in Major League Baseball players. When you have a down year and you admit it and say that was unacceptable, you come back to work the next spring and you want to redeem yourself. Big swing from Volpe. Now you got to go out there and do it during the championship season, but I think this spring very important for Stanton. Another look at the swing from Volpe. Volpe, a solo shot, his last at bat. That was out to right field.
To your point about the pride, Flash, Stanton has talked about that, and that's when someone comes to camp and says, I want to get back to being a baseball player. That tells you that he wasn't where he felt he needed to be recently.
Ground ball to Hayes, and the second inning will come to an end, but not after the damage has already been done. Stanton, 2 home runs. This is the first one in the first inning, a 2-run shot, 455 feet. Then he followed it up with a grand slam at 453. That's 9:08, and the Yankees lead 8-0.